Hi guys. I'm gonna let a few of you guys come in. My one. Another one. It's another one. Yes, people. Sage and Palo Santo on sale on the website. Get your bundles. Bundles are still $10 with a $3 coupon. All right, soultherapy33.com. Get your Sage bundles, Soul Therapy. I'm going to type it into the chat. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Please like the chat. All right, we're going to get started in a few minutes. I just did a reading. It was a Patreon reading. I was trying to get the live together, but I need to schedule another one for later. So I'm going to do some research. I think I need software to live stream live. I mean, I was live, but I don't know what the difference is. What's the difference from streaming and just using my webcam? I don't know. Y'all tell me what the difference is. The live broadcast, I don't know if that's different from what I've been doing, but it has two options. I was a little confused about that. All right, Sacred Soulmates. So we're using Sacred Soulmates. This is the Sacred Soulmate series. This is about a union between the divine feminine and the sacred masculine. And it is still part of the twin flame union, but you guys are soulmates that have come together and have been dealing with each other for multiple lifetimes. And you have been during these lifetimes, you were being prepared to come into union at a specific time frame in order to complete a mission on this planet. And your mission is to come into union when you guys are ready, good and ready, so that you can, save the world. Save the planet, help healing on Gaia. The healing that takes place within you helps to heal Mother Earth, helps to heal the collective. Okay? Whether you go into union or not, the lessons you learn from this union, the sacred soulmate union, is helping to heal the planet. Okay? So it's an honorable thing to go through, right? To be able to help the collective consciousness. So divine feminine, there's a message for you here. Spirit, what's the message for the feminine? I heard feminine. Oh, it says lessons of Neptune. Get out of this energy of denial. Okay, divine timing is at play. A lot of you guys have given up. A lot of you guys are in this self-deception that this relationship is over, or that you want to give up, and that it's not going to work, and that it's not going to happen. And the universe is saying that is not true. It is an illusion you've created in your mind because you've grew impatient. And I get it. I get it. You've gotten impatient. Let's look at the bottom. Spirit is saying definitely there will be a reconciliation. So no matter how much you say you don't want to be with your partner, guess what? Telepathy. This connection has a very strong, empathetic, and telepathic soul bond. So Spirit is saying, yes, I understand you're tired. I understand you've been hurt. I understand that you're exhausted. I understand that you don't want to wait, but you're going to have reconciliation, but divine timing is at play. Trust in the process, people. It is important that you guys understand that the universe knows what it's doing. Like, right? The universe knows what it's doing, and things have to happen in a certain order. And to be honest with you guys, I understand where this tiredness is coming from. This is not your first rodeo. This is not your first lifetime. This is not your first interaction with this person. So that exhaustion and that tiredness you feel, that soul tiredness, from the depths of your soul, is because, this is not the first time you've reincarnated and dealt with this particular twin flame. And your soul recognizes that. Your soul's a little tired. And that's okay. But that is because you are about to reach your breakthrough. But don't give up before the breakthrough actually happens, right? So let's ask some more questions. So you're showing us the lessons of Neptune, clarify. Wow, we see lessons of Mars. Okay, I'll take it. Clarified in divine timing. Ooh, okay. Give me a second. That fell on the floor. It looks like your person has to come out of this parasitic symbiotic relationship because it's on the bottom. I'm going to show it to you in a second. Wow, emotional triggers. And yeah, so someone is in a parasitic symbiotic relationship, dealing with a parasitic symbiotic situation. And I see completion. Right? Well, what is this that's flipped? Hold on. Something's flipped. I keep seeing it, but maybe I'm seeing things. There it is. Lessons of Saturn. Okay. Yeah, when this person learns their lesson. So, feminine, this is your read. You will have reconciliation, but you have to go through the karmic lessons. Why? You're thinking, why do I have to do that? Why? It's so hard. Why am I getting hurt? I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, so let's talk about what you're doing wrong, right? Let's talk about that. What are you doing wrong? Let's just be honest. You know, if you watched my previous reading that I just did earlier, where I had like 50 something people in there, it was super early. I know a lot of people are getting ready for work. I get it. But let's talk about transparency, because I talked about that in that first reading. What do you feel you're doing wrong, or what you've done wrong? Okay, maybe you're not doing it right now, but what do you feel you've been doing wrong in your relationships? Okay, and you can chime in if you want. Okay, but this is more of a rhetorical question. I feel, says, hey, Miss Holmes, denying my true feelings and showing I don't care. Thank you. Thank you so much for being transparent. Yes, that is that guarded energy. Because why? You've been hurt. Probably before you even met this person, before you met your twin flame. And you haven't been able to process. Ooh, Spirit is saying we have seeds. Yeah, Spirit says new seeds are being planted in your mind now. Why? Because you're recognizing, you're acknowledging the issue, feminine. This is for feminines. Whether you're a man or a woman. You're acknowledging the issue at hand. Why have this been so hard for me? What am I missing? Because I know you've asked. I know for a fact y'all asked this question. I know I'm not the only one. What the hell? I'm like, universe, God, source, creator. What in the world? Higher self. What is going on here? Because I put in the work. I've been doing right. I'm not out here doing, I'm not out here sleeping with everybody. I'm meditating. I'm trying to eat right. I'm trying to get my mind right. What is going on? Spirit is saying, okay, yes, you're doing all of that, but guess what? You're still closing off your heart. So, me, I like to ask questions. I'm like, but, and then I had to understand, clarity. Spirit says clarify for them. Spirit says that you had to grow into where you're at now. You didn't just happen to just hop into that energy. That's why divine timing is here. You had to kind of grow into that energy. You have to go through different experiences. Yeah, see? So that so your higher self could be activated. And remember, if you didn't see my video that I just posted called Checkmate, sometimes you got to lose to win again. Watch that video, and this will put that into perspective. You had to go through the trenches in order to get to where you're at. You didn't start off in your higher energy, in your higher resonance. You started off, very detached, very emotionally closed off. And Spirit is saying that that's what they needed you to get. That they needed you to get that out of your system. Because after all these reincarnations, after all these years on this planet, presently, they want you to finally let go of the pain, the baggage, the triggers. It says right here, emotional baggage is running the show. Retrain the internal so the external can change. Okay. Afraid of abandonment. I was codependent on him emotionally because I lacked it in my childhood and from my parents, which can make me highly emotionally unstable and clingy. Thank you, Miss Holmes. Thank you. And this is why you're in a space where you're being transparent with yourself. And a lot of us are afraid. A lot of us we're not as transparent as we need to be. Bottom of the deck. A lot of you guys are still guarded because these wounds are still fresh. Chiron came and bust them wide open because a lot of these are old wounds. And Chiron said, oh, you know what? We're going to have to bust this wound open. You're going to have to feel a little bit of pain in order for you to completely heal from it. So if you know astrology, you know how Chiron plays a role. I'm not an astrologist, so the basis of Chiron and its purpose is, he's called the wounded healer, and he's called the wounded healer because he comes in as someone that is wounded, but is being healed from those, wounds. I just had some orange juice and grapes, so I'm a little gassy, sorry. But he's coming in teaching you how to learn from the past, those wounds, and to be stronger because of them. Okay? So if you're an astrologer, go ahead and put your astrologer knowledge in there. I don't mind. But I want you to understand that feminine, what you are doing is you have been repelling the union. You have been guarding against the union. Okay? Which you are feeling a very strong magnetism to. Like there is a very strong chemistry that you can't move on from. This is why you are stuck at this crossroads. Right? Try to make a decision. Oh, I should walk away. I'm done. I should move on to someone new. But are you really ready to move on to something new? What do you think has been really holding you back from really jumping into a new relationship wholeheartedly? Even if you did date somebody new, you always go back to the one you really love, and you know that that's your masculine. But what do you think is making you cling on to the energy, or what do you think is preventing you from fully moving on from your masculine? There's a reason why you can't fully move on from your masculine. One, because you're not meant to, okay, in my opinion. And two, because there's still wounds that need to be addressed. Okay? So a lot of us have been pushing away union, right? Out of fear, out of pain, out of suffering, out of being tired, out of being exhausted, and because of a lack of clarity. Because we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Shit. God forbid I sit here and get my hopes up just for another failure, just for another rejection or heartbreak or abandonment. God forbid. Will I be able to make it? Will I be able to survive this one? Have you guys ever been in that space where you're like, damn, I can't even handle another heartbreak? How many people have felt that? I know I'm not the only person. How many of you guys listening right now have been in that space where you don't think that you can take another heartbreak? I don't think any of us can afford another one. I can't. I cannot. Trust me, girl. I don't care how much healing I've done. For me to go through what I went through after all of this, for me to be where I'm at now, for me just to go through another rejection, oh girl, your girl's gonna be gone. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be able to handle it. I mean, yes, I'm strong and I know what not to take personal, but I'm telling you, my human self, my human transparent self is telling you right now that my biggest fear is me being open and me setting up my hopes or my expectations too high and only to be rejected. That's just a fear that I'm projecting out there. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. I'm just telling you what my biggest fear is after all of this, after all this waiting, after all this healing, after all this being by myself, being lonely, after all these tears I've cried just for me to be by myself or just to be rejected again. Yeah, come on. That's a fear. I'm just saying that that's what kind of holds us back. I don't always feel that way. I mean, I'm in a space where I'm good. Like, I'm really good. I'm not pining over my person. I'm not obsessing. I've been thinking about him lately. But one of the biggest things was I'm afraid of being hurt. I don't want to be hurt again. It's painful. And if you are like me, you've been through this cycle. This is not no 2-3 week type of thing. This is a couple of months, a year, a couple of years type of situation that we've been going through. So we can't afford another heartbreak. Please like the chat if you haven't done so already, please. We can't afford another one. I'm walking into my kitchen for a second. One moment. Need to get hydration. Okay. So let's just be honest with ourselves. And why am I saying calling your soulmate? Because you've been suffering, you've been longing, you've been pining and obsessing, and it's because you have been repelling instead of attracting. I know this for a fact. You're not attracting and you're not trusting to stay behind for a reason and divine timing. So what you've been doing is you resign and you've said to yourself, I'd rather just close myself off to my twin. But the universe is saying there is clarity here and there is strength coming towards you because it's time for you to end a cycle, or there needs to be courage to end a cycle. Okay. And the cycle is of this perpetuating of these thought patterns that keep you stuck in this toxic loop of believing something that's not even true. Hey, baby. Hey, Shonda. Hey, Sharon. Thank you. So when you get a chance, don't forget to watch that video I just posted called Checkmate. Sometimes you got to lose to win again. That's the song by Fantasia. So Spirit is saying these thought patterns are what's messing you up. Tell me about these thoughts that the feminine is thinking. These illusions, they're saying, oh, yeah, they got a lot of illusions. And the illusion is the illusion of separation. It says surrender. I want you to read what this says. Surrender into your heart in divine source where there is no separation. The highest levels of love always serve and are without conditions. Spirit is saying that it is about unconditional love, whether you are in separation or whether you are in union. And you have forgotten that. You have got caught up in an illusion that you are separated from your masculine because you're only looking at the physical, the physicality, and you're not looking at the spiritual purpose behind it. I gave up on my person because I gave up on myself. Why am I saying that? I gave up because I didn't think I was good enough to win. I'm being honest. I didn't think I could compete, or I didn't want to compete, point blank, period. I'm not trying to be anybody's option, but at the same time, I resigned. I resigned because I thought, oh, he's never gonna give up the karmic, or he's never gonna change, or he's never gonna want to be with me. And the karmics, look at them. The karmics are so attractive, and and they appear to be somewhat richer or better in some way, right? Is what I was convincing of to believe to be true. When all along, no, baby, I am the fucking prize. Do you hear me? I was the prize all along. But somewhere down the journey, I got to thinking all these weird thoughts because of my wounding. My wounding the ego wanted to appease that wound. It wanted to acknowledge it and make it real. So my wounding is abandonment, right? And my wounding was, okay, well, every time, when I lost my mom several years ago, I remember saying to a friend, the reason I run, the reason why I don't attach or allow myself to be vulnerable with people is because I truly believed at the time that when I love something too much, I lose it. This was a real fear that I had. For many years, I was afraid to love too hard because I felt like if I love something, every time I love something, every time I let myself love someone, I end up losing them. This was a fear of mine. And this is why I had commitment phobia. Exactly, learned behavior conditioning. So we have conditioned ourselves to believe things that are not true. And because your wounding is wanting to, it's being brought to the forefront to be processed and transmuted. When you have abandonment issues, what you do is you tell yourself why you're being abandoned. You create scenarios in your head of why you're being abandoned. And if this was stemmed from childhood, like Miss I forgot your last name for some reason. Okay, Miss Holmes. Yeah, like Miss Holmes said, her childhood, she felt abandoned by her parents. And she's going to look at that as my parents didn't love me, right? So if that wound has been there for so long, what do you think she's going to think when she goes into a relationship? She's going to have a fear of being abandoned, and she's going to equate that. If it does happen, she's going to equate that as not being good enough or not being loved or lovable. So this is what happens to us. We start to create these illusions in our minds to say, this is why I'm being rejected. This is why I feel abandoned. This is why, this is happening. Doesn't make it true. It's just a conditioning that we started to believe to be true. So Spirit is saying that it's time for you to break those illusions, clarify dreams. We have autumn. Spirit is saying autumn time is the time to be putting in this work. Feminine. Yes. It's a limitation. It's just a fear, baby. That's all it is. Spirit is saying that it's time for you to reap what you sow. Autumn is all about reaping what you sow. And it's about not necessarily getting punished. It's about you realizing, what did that bring you? Did all of that, all those fear-based thoughts, did they bring you any big harvest? No. Spirit is saying that, is that going to bring you abundance, or is it just keeping you in this past energy, this reference point to the past? Remember, in one of the readings I did a reading about the portal, and I talked about you guys are using the past as your reference point, and that you have to get out of the pattern of doing that. We cannot keep pulling from past energies of past situations. We cannot keep pulling from that suffering and pain. We cannot keep referencing from that past experience like it's always going to happen, because it's always going to happen. We're perpetuating it. Okay. Under it, we have masculine. And your masculine is also mirroring you while you're doing it, he's also doing it. So Spirit is saying you have the power, High Priestess. So don't you think that if you're mirroring your masculine, don't you think that once you start to heal, he start to heal too? Because he's reflecting, right? So these limitations that you put on yourself, Spirit is saying that it's time for you to put in the work. And it's time for you to break these fears, and it's time for you to call in your person. The reason why you weren't calling your person in is because you kept referencing from the past, what they did to you in the past. There was baggage, all these emotions that are still attaching you to a past experience. It could be anybody. It could be your parents. It could be, something happened to you in your childhood that you keep referencing to, and you are having this false expectation that it's going to happen again and again and again and again. So if you keep referencing back to, seventh grade, your first boyfriend, rejected you in front of the whole class, or you keep referencing back to, child abuse or whatever you've been through, you got to understand that that's the past, and no, you cannot change it, but you can take from it what you need to take from it, but you can't keep referencing back to it, because all it's doing is it's creating an anchor, and it's keeping you from moving forward. Can you imagine having a ball and chain, a big, huge iron ball, heavy ball that weighs a ton, tied to your ankle? You aren't able to move. That's what these emotions are like. It's all these damn emotions that are painful, that cause you suffering. That's what that's like. That's like you trying to carry around all this dead weight. And Spirit is saying you can't move. They said create a new reference point. Come into the present. In the present, you are not experiencing that pain. That was back way back then. Right now, the pain, you're not experiencing it. If you're a mother, let me ask you a question. I'm a mama. Can you really, you know that when you were giving birth to your child that it hurt, but can you recollect the actual pain? Can you feel it? Do you know what it felt like? I can't remember. I know I was in pain, but I don't remember the pain. So stop referencing back to something that happened. Now, I know that some of these experiences, you actually can feel the pain. I know that sometimes when you reflect on certain things, your tears, your eyes well up. I know that happens. Tears come to your eyes, but that's because you're still clinging to it and you're still making it real. And I'm using the pregnancy thing just to put it into perspective to mothers out there that are also high priestess, divine feminines, that experience was beautiful for you. So you don't hold on to it as something negative. So that's why you can't remember the actual difficult part of it. You only take away from that pregnancy what was good about it, unless you had a very hard, difficult pregnancy. But for people that had like a regular pregnancy, even if you did have surgery, you took what was good out of that experience, which was your child. That's why you can't remember the pain. But a lot of us, we are focusing on the bad in our past, and that's why we can't let it go. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense to somebody. It makes sense to me, but sometimes, what makes sense to me may not make sense to other people. But I'm trying to find a way to put it into perspective for you to see why it is that you can't let something go, because you're clinging on to the experience. And Spirit is saying that the power needs to come in and to break down these old constructs in your mind, these old conditionings, the outdated thinking, the outdated values, beliefs about yourself, beliefs about your relationships and how you do relationships, beliefs about, what you deserve. And Spirit is saying that you need to break away from guarding yourself so much, trying to protect yourself from something that happened way back when and something that may not ever happen again. Some of you guys, this is just you projecting into the future and creating self-fulfilling prophecies. Some of you guys, some of this shit ain't never happened. It's just an illusion. You just tell yourself that it might happen. Oh, girl, he gonna cheat on me. He gonna cheat on me. That's what the other guy did. So this person gonna cheat. But this person may not have, it's like you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy because you keep telling yourself or thinking about something or focusing on something. So this is why we always say, mind your words, mind your thoughts. The universe wants you to break out this conditioning, these learned behaviors, these patterns in order for you to be fulfilled. Stop resisting this transformation. Stop resisting yourself, essentially, your true self, your higher self. I think the biggest thing for human beings is the fear of change. It's a big thing for us. We don't like it for some reason. And I said, stop resisting the transformation. And the bottom of the deck says there is a transformation taking place in your life. But it comes with a price. And that price is you guys to say, rest in peace to the old you, baby. Have you seen that TikTok that's going around where people are posting pictures of their old self and they're like, oh, she passed away. Aw. And then they show the new version of themselves. Have you seen that TikTok? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, at first I was like, ooh, that's kind of weird, but I get it. I get it. Yeah, it's time to end. This was part of your contract. Okay, but they're saying this contract needs to be null and void. All of these karmic lessons, Saturnian lessons, come on now, you done learned these lessons. Come on now, it's time for you to actually use what you've learned and look at things from a different perspective. Look at your situation with a new set of eyes. And we're going to go back and condense this back to this twin flame sacred soulmate journey. It is being transformed for you. Spirit says so. Yes, baby. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit come through every single time. Now this card's flipped. Spirit says you need to get rid of all this repressed regret emotions from your past. Let it go. Baggage is heavy. It's slowing you down. It's weighing you down. Let it go. Spirit says, get this epiphany, baby. Get this epiphany, because you don't want to pass off this opportunity to integrate into union, because a lot of you are going to miss your chance too. Okay, because autumn keeps coming up, and remember, autumn ends December 21st. I keep feeling like there's a cutoff. I keep feeling like, I don't know if this is like, oh, that's that you need to, do this before the clock runs out type of thing. I don't know, but I keep feeling like if you don't gain this epiphany, or maybe this is when you're going to gain it by then, I don't know. But there is a need for you to get this clarity, this breakthrough, so you can understand what this was about. A lot of you guys are confused about the twin flame journey. A lot of you guys don't understand the purpose. Wow, I should have showed you. I split the deck. Let me see. Yeah, I split the deck. And this is what it says. The purpose was to rebirth you from your past suffering. The purpose was for you to clear up all this fucking baggage. It's not needed anymore for your growth. 14 people, 4 likes. Come on, you guys. Hi, Trinity. Like the chat, you guys. So there is an epiphany about this twin flame journey. And I told you that there is reconciliation in divine timing. Yes, I said this. Triggers. It was to trigger you. It was to trigger you to heal all that childhood trauma that you've been through, parented trauma from your past, whether it's this life or a previous lifetime, doesn't matter. But this was to trigger all that pain so that you can be transformed. Right? So that you can be the best version of you, my love. Yes. So that you can stop sabotaging yourself. Stop with this repetitive cycle, repetitive persistence. But you're also working on you, and that's okay. But how long have you been working on yourself, my love, and still haven't gotten results? I'm going to say that one more time. How long have you been working on yourself but still haven't gotten the results you've been looking for? So, Spirit, talk to us. Have faith. Spirit says love is coming. Right? Bottom of the deck, not dealing, hurt, avoiding, conversation call, still angry. That's where you're at. Am I lying? A lot of you guys are angry. A lot of you guys have set a boundary. A lot of you guys have blocked your heart off to your masculine or feminine because you're hurt and you haven't processed all the way. But you're learning. Yeah. Wow. Empath narcissist. Again, boundaries. So this empath narcissist paradigm is what you're trying to come out of. This is that runner chaser, situation, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. This was about learning boundaries. This was a lot about learning not to let people take advantage of you. This was about learning how to deal with past hurt and pain. And this was about unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction, love. This is about loving yourself first so that you can have your transformation. Phoenix. The phoenix is going to rise from the ashes. And it says new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, change mind. So now that you have a clarity about where you're at, because a lot of you were at a place where you were done. A lot of you guys were done. A lot of you guys that are going to watch this video were in a space where you were thinking about giving up, resignation, resigning. This is the orange juice that I mentioned in one of my videos. It's so good, girl. I'm obsessed. I don't know if you guys have this in your city, but try it. It is so delicious. But you're going to get this epiphany, and it is gluten-free, by the way. Tell me about love. Take a risk. Take that leap of faith, baby. Freedom. Freedom to love without being burdened by the baggage. You know, freedom from the baggage, freedom from the pain, freedom from the past. That is the goal, baby. To be free, you know, not to be in disharmony with self, but to feel whole again, not to feel fragmented. Damn, bottom of the deck as I say that. God damn. Not to feel lost, not to feel rejected. Spirit is wanting you to get into the space of being free and to have courage to take action. And what is this action? This action is you being free from being afraid of this. And this is what this is about, calling in your person. Calling in your person so that you can have a new phase. If you are someone that has been blocking your heart off, that's self-deception. Telling yourself that it's not going to work. Telling yourself that it's not going to work. See? You were deceiving yourself, feminine. So what do you want them to know? That you can have new love if you want new love or a new phase in love with your masculine. Some of you guys want a new person. You can have it. You need to heal. Calling your soulmate. Spirit says lessons of Pluto. Let go of control, empower, manipulation. Let go of control. Let the universe guide you. Call in your person. You do this naturally just by healing yourself. Did you know that? You don't necessarily have to say, I'm calling in my soulmate. You don't have to do that. You call in your soulmate by opening up your heart. Right here. Let me show you. Sorry, I got a whole bunch of stuff on my table, but I'm going to show you. That's how you do it. Oh, shit, this is the wrong card. That's reconciliation. You guys probably laughing at me like, girl, that's reconciliation, girl. Where is the card? What did I do with it? Oh my God. Where is that? I had it on the table. I probably picked it up without realizing. But yeah, it's open up your heart. And that part of that liberation with that Uranus energy, part of the freedom is forgiveness. Having forgiveness. Where is it? That new love card, new love was trying to come out. New phase in love. Reflect. We attract soulmates based on the lessons we need for growth. Okay, it says, is this situation supporting you or hindering you? And it says, take a chance. You can't grow in your comfort zone. Stepping into the unknown is trusting the universe. Go for it. And that's what we saw here. And we saw it here. Trusting the universe, taking that leap. So I said in my title to call in your person. Okay. And you weren't calling your person in because you were closing your heart off. So if you've been struggling to understand why it's taking so long, it's because it's taking you long to get this epiphany. It's taking you long to get this clarity about the fact that you still have triggers or baggage to release. And Spirit is saying that divine timing is at play because they're giving you time to heal. That's all that is. They're giving your person time to heal. Right? Would you prefer them coming in unhealed or would you prefer them coming in healed? I want my person to come towards me healed. Or if I'm meant to go in a different direction, I want to be healed and I want to attract another healed person so that I don't have to go through this mess again because your girl is tired. Okay? At 38 years old, I'm tired. And I want to end this cycle. So how do they call in their soulmate, Spirit? How do they call in the soulmate, the masculine? We have deception. First of all, it says someone is not being honest. They're saying you need to be honest with yourself. That's the first thing. Be honest with yourself about this twin flame union. First of all, is this really your twin flame? That's the first thing you need to figure out. Is this really your twin flame? Okay, that's not going to be for all of you, but it is for some of you. Okay, secondly, what have you been deceiving yourself with in regards to your twin flame? Have you been telling yourself that your twin flame is never going to change? Have you been telling yourself that your twin flame is never going to leave the karmic? What have you been saying to yourself that has not been true or that have been deceiving? What have you been saying to yourself that may be deceiving you is what I'm trying to say, if I can talk. Okay, what have you been telling yourself? Clarify deception and twin flames. Yeah. What you have been saying, okay, bottom of the deck in the top, what the card that came out. You've been saying to yourself that you don't want them. Tell me I'm lying. Not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, a person's, setting boundaries, unhealthy ones, and still angry. That's the deception. I don't want to talk to them or they don't want to talk to me. Bottom of the deck. The deception is you don't feel good enough. And it says it right here. Frustrated in a relationship. Lack of confidence. Self-sabotage. Fear. Ego issues and jealousy. Yeah, a lot of you guys are jealous of the karmic. Don't lie. You are. And reminiscing. That nostalgia, that past, referencing from the past. You need to learn from it, but not to reference from that pain. You need to learn from it. It says learn from the past. Change your perception. Don't let the past dictate how you're going to live your life in the present. That's the deception. So Spirit, tell them, what do they need to do to call in this twin flame? You have it on the table. How do they call it in? How do they call it in? Let's put one more. How do they call this twin flame journey in? Oh, release control. That's how you do it. Just release control. And this says telepathy. Oh, very interesting. Use telepathy. This connection has a strong, empathetic, and telepathic soul bond. So they're wanting you to open up the lines of communication telepathically. Instead of you sending out, I don't want you, I don't want to deal with you, I'm done with you, telepathically to your person, send out loving vibrations instead. You know what I'm saying? Clarify telepathy. Oh, wow. Autumn keeps coming up. Yeah. Let go. Let go of the shadow. Let go of the, of this moon energy, this repressed, shadowy energy. Okay, so that the scales can balance out. Karma. Autumn is bringing in karma. Yeah, let go of the triggers. That's what this is all about. Let it go. The shadow side. Release it. You can't get rid of the shadow, but release what's coming up through the shadow. It's the baggage, right? What does the shadow represent? We're dualistic beings. We have a light side and a dark side. And the dark part of us is what tells us that we're not good enough. The dark part of us is what tells us to run, run and hide. What do they need to do? Release confusions and illusions. Yes. Bottom of the deck, stay present, stay grounded. Stop referencing from the past. It's in the past, leave it in the past. What do they need to do to call in this soulmate? Courage to change. Yeah, the courage to change. Ace of Swords at the bottom, new perspective. Take off your false mask. Change those beliefs. What have you learned from the past? What lessons have you learned from those karmic cycles or that karmic cycle? What did you learn? What did Saturn teach you? Okay. Big Daddy Saturn, what did you teach them? To be patient. Big Daddy Saturn, letting them know that there is going to be a new love or a new phase in love. What did you teach them? Not to have any expectations on a specific outcome. Unexpected. Okay. There we go again. A new phase in love. Some of you guys are definitely getting new love. Some of you guys are definitely getting new love. But this new phase in love is a new phase with your person because the twin flame card is right here. So this new phase in love is a new phase between you and your twin. I'm going to clarify it. Clarify new love. Yeah. See? It says abundance. It says keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. So you are going to attract by calling it in. Being in an energy that you want to attract towards you. Bottom of the deck. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise, invitation, or meeting. Okay? Divine timing. Your person is coming. It looks like your person has to walk away from something as well. If I'm looking at the storyline, your person is breaking free from something. And they're they're breaking free from their comfort zone. Yeah, that's what Spirit is saying. They're releasing illusions. They're seeing the truth. So the message goes the same for your person. But you just need to be in a positive mindset. And you just need to believe, okay, and trust in the universe and relinquish control. Relinquish the ego. Relinquish what happened in the past between you and your person. And have faith. Okay. Wow. Look what's under have faith. Clock. Divine timing. And look what's under that. Interested. Conversing more. Awaiting a message. Or awaited message arrives. So something you've been waiting on will come. It says a text, a call, an email is coming. So there is going to be a conversation coming towards you. Call it in by letting go of the resistance. Call it in by letting go of the resentment, the anger. Let it go. Let the past go so that you can call it in. Let me get one more message from your masculine, and I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for joining me. Please like, please subscribe to the channel. Tell me how you felt about this reading. Leave me a message in the comments. I love to read your comments. Yeah, he says, I left you before you could leave me. Bottom of the deck, I feel you leaving me behind. That's what's happening. He feels you leaving him behind because you have closed off your energy. Because you have put out the vibration that you don't want him. And if you don't want him, you're going to get new love. But if you want this person, call him in. So whatever you're calling in is coming. Okay? I love you. Oh. I love you unconditionally. I feel you even though we're apart. I look for you everywhere. I'm becoming a better person. Thank you. What do you want to hear from? What do you want your feminine to do to call you back in? Let's see what happens. What do you want your feminine to do to call you back in? Are you even ready? It was my fault, but I blame you. I know I messed everything up. Yeah. See, they feel like they messed up. So how do you call this person in? How do you get this person to know that you've forgiven them? Spirit says use telepathy. Not necessarily call the person, but to use your divine connection that you have to them. So stop being in the vibration of you're mad. Stop being in the vibration of you're still holding on to anger because they can feel it. And the cards just proved it. I feel you leaving me behind. The cards just proved it. Because you're putting out that vibration that you don't want them. So if you want them, call them in. Switch up your vibration. Open your heart to this person if you want this person. Okay? Last message from the masculine to the feminine. Again, I left you before you could leave me. clarify, I left you before you can leave me. So they can go into, they needed to get into, they had to leave. They had to leave so that they can get stable, so they can get into this harmonious space. Okay, so there has to be a separation so that they can go into union. Okay, some of these people had other partners. Give me one more. Yeah, and because of fear. Yeah, fears, limitations, masculine. He was afraid. But I don't feel like this means that it's over. I feel like this is him saying why he left. Because he felt like you were going to abandon him. He felt like you were going to always leave him every time he messed up. And that's true. We run every single time, don't we? Just being near you is intoxicating. So they're obsessing. I'm afraid to contact you. They're obsessing about this. They're obsessing about the fact that you've left. So call them in to show them that you're still in it if you want to. I can't force you to, but I'm just letting you know. Call in this soulmate and show them compassion. Send out nurturing energy. Send out love. Because they don't fucking think that you still love them. Because you don't think they love you. But we've seen so many times in so many readings that I've done and that you've watched from other readers that this person does love you. All right, but you trust your intuition first. But if this resonates with you, this is because it's meant to resonate. Okay, because you are at a space where you did resign, where you did give up on this person, and this person feels like it's over. So is it over? Are you ready to face this person again? Are you ready to give this another go? Or do you still need some more time? Divine timing is at play. So that's the universe. The universe is going to bring in this reconciliation when you both are in alignment. So this is why I'm saying you don't have to worry about making a phone call. You don't have to be in the energy of desperation. You just got to open your heart. That's all you got to do. That's all I'm asking. Just open your heart. We have completion to end that cycle. Yeah. Open your heart. Yep. See, this is what you're afraid of. This is what's ending. The rejection. They're saying this is what needs to end. It says it's not you, so don't reject yourself. Rejection is divine intervention. You resigned because you felt like this person was going to reject you, and vice versa. But that's not the case anymore. Compassion. Bottom of the deck, perseverance. Obstacles are blessed opportunities for growth. Both partners have the desire and the will to overcome the obstacles. All right, so that's the reading. Hopefully that was helpful. Thank you for watching. Please support the channel. Please check out my Patreon, you guys. You can become a patron for $5.55 to get access to the love oracles and weekly oracle messages that I post. I'm also going to be posting videos that are only going to be available to my patrons, and I'm going to be posting some really informative videos to get your manifestation skills up. Thank you for joining me. Please check out my website. I have personal readings open if you are interested in a personal reading. And I'm going to be doing a $5 off special on readings soon, so keep an eye. Please sign up for my mailing list so that you can receive emails of updates, coupons, and specials. Talk to you soon. You're welcome.